Dear participants, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Navoi Mining and Metallurgical Company, one of the largest mining companies in Central Asia, and of course in Uzbekistan. As you probably know, Uzbekistan is undergoing a series of robust reforms with the objective to accelerate the transition of its state-owned companies, enterprises, to a market economy. Navoi Gold Mining Company is, of course, part of this transformation, being the largest enterprise in the country. And today I'd like to speak a little bit about our transition process. Previously, Navoi has been quite closed company and a tightly regulated company. And this is probably one of the first times when we are actually participating in international events like this. And we're here to say that we're open for business and looking for opportunities to expand our mining operations with the help of foreign investors. So a quick glance at who we are. We are actually in the top 4 or 5 category of gold producers in the world. We have over 150 million ounces of reserves and resources under our belt. Very few companies can boast such immense resource base, which puts us in a very advantageous position. That such a resource base gives us a mine life of over 50 years and growing. Our average grade is 1.2 grams per ton, which for such large-scale operations, open pit operations primarily, is a very significant grade. I personally worked for other companies with underground operations with epithermal deposits that have grades above 10, 15, 20 grams per ton. But again, for such large-scale operations, open pit, this is very good grade. That gives us almost $5 billion in revenue last year in 2021, and we have quite a significant EBITDA margin. As you can see on the map, we are located in the center of the country of Uzbekistan, and in the next slide I will show you more about our operations. We're geographically quite spread, but still all our properties are located in the center of the country, within 2 or 3 hours of driving within the reach. Our largest operations is Muruntau Mine. Which has over 2/3 of gold production. And as I mentioned, primarily we have open pit mining operations, but also have some underground as well. Let me talk a little bit about our gem, the gem of all our assets, which is Muruntau Mine. It is, one could say this is a gigantic mine, one of the largest in the world. It's located in the Kizilkum Desert of Uzbekistan and stretches 4 kilometers by 3 kilometers. And it is over 600 meters in depth. It's, as I said, it's one of the largest open pit gold mines in the world. And it also includes some satellite deposits. We call it Muruntau Cluster. It includes 3 other deposits, Mutunbai, the Sampao, and Chukurkutu, which form this so-called big Muruntau cluster. The mine currently produces over 2 million ounces of gold per year and has estimated reserves and resources over 100 million ounces of gold. We are proud to operate a very unique high-angle conveyor that transports the ore to the surface. Its lifting capacity is 270 meters at 37 angle, which is quite impressive. And the ore from this mine is operated at the mill, we call it HMP2 plant, with 50 million tons annual, 50 million tons of ore annual capacity. We're currently undergoing a stage 5 Morantow mine expansion to access new ore zones. It's a large, very large capital project. As I mentioned, Navoi is one of the largest gold producers in the world, and you can see here that based on the results of the first 6 months of this year, we have produced over 1.4 million ounces, which puts us at number 4 globally. And we target production of 2.7 million ounces this year. We are, however, pursuing an ambitious program, expansion program, to increase our gold production to an impressive 3.5 million ounces per year by 2030. In terms of resources and reserves, we are currently at number 3 globally, holding over 158 million ounces of gold resources. More than half of that is attributable to the Morantow mine, which I spoke about earlier. So we're in a very strong position to build on this significant resource base. We're also proud that we are a low-cost producer. And if we look at our total cash costs per ton, we are currently number 2. And if we measure this in all-in sustaining costs, we're number 1. Again, large-scale operations allows us to remain to be a low-cost producer, and all efforts are aimed at keeping this position, which is especially important given that we cannot control the gold price, but one thing we can control is our cost. We also have a strong balance sheet, and our financial ratios, especially debt to equity, allow us to get more financing to fund our ambitious expansion program. We are a domestic industry champion, and our objective is to become a global leader, and we have everything we need on our belt to achieve that. Currently, we have started our initiatives to achieve operational excellence, including introduction of fleet management systems. We have a program in place to control our mining losses and dilution, and also to introducing ore control procedures and tools, as well as introducing long-term planning. We're also very friendly with digital technologies, and we currently have a dedicated digital transformation team on the ground exploring what other digital solutions can help us to excel in our operations. People development is very important to us, and we have also quite a few programs in place aimed at staff training. We are reviewing our performance measurement system to make sure that its KPIs are fully aligned with our strategic objectives. And we also focus on transition of our corporate culture to make it more aligned with international practices. This is what has been done so far. In 2019, we have separated our non-core assets and also uranium business so that we can focus entirely on gold production. And this is our primary asset base right now. Uranium business has been separated into a Navoi Iran company, and non-core assets have been also placed in a separate special purpose vehicle for that. We have introduced IFRS reporting into the company, as well as implemented ERP system capable of producing reporting in both standards, international, and also to satisfy the local requirements. We have currently a cost-cutting program in place with focus on procurement and review of our long-term production plan. And our finance team has secured credit rating and arranged international debt financing to fund our expansion program. We also have developed a very ambitious, robust exploration program. Our geologists believe there is a huge potential to expand our resource base, and my colleague will speak about it later, hopefully, if they can connect. And our next step is, as was mentioned before, we have plans to get listed in one of the international stock markets, stock exchanges, within the next 2-3 years. That's our objective. We still have lots of work to do ahead of us, but we're on the right track. And our focus, immediate focus, as I mentioned, will be on operational excellence, expansion of our resource base, and also ESG agenda and corporate governance. Here's just to show, this is a geological map of the area, and as I mentioned, we have a very robust exploration strategy to support organic growth. With the focus on extensions of current major deposits. Also, we would like to drill deeper to see whether there is a potential to grow our resource base at the bottom of our open pits right now. And also, we are doing prospecting of the surrounding prospective areas within the proximity of the existing plants. In the past, we have not been spending enough to explore such huge potential, and our objective starting next year is to bring our total spending on exploration to about 2% of our revenue, which is in line with international practices. And as I mentioned, the ESG program is very important to us. We focus on energy management. We have focus on our water management, especially given that we are located in quite an arid area of the world, and water is precious. It's actually one of the constraints factors when we look at some of our expansion plans. Employee health and safety is very important to us, and we have brought national expertise to assist us to achieve our objective of zero tolerance for fatalities. We are reviewing our performance management system to align it with our strategic goals. And also we are reviewing our corporate governance as well as the internal competencies. The company has recently brought in quite a few employees with international experience to improve our bench strength. For example, I have previously worked for Kinross Gold in Russia, and I see very similar, lots of similarities in terms of culture, in terms of challenges, and we're bringing more and more people like that to assist us with our ambitious programs. At this point, I would like to conclude. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eugene. Look, great to get an insight into such a phenomenal cluster of deposits. So thank you for sharing that and the way forward that you've been looking into. We do have a couple of minutes. I know we're on a tight ship, but we do have a couple of minutes for questions. If anybody's got a question, we could run past. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Antonov, Sadiq here from Datamine. You mentioned about your corporate governance and HSE, health and safety things. So are we currently using any particular systems for that? or are you still exploring possibilities of introducing some sort of a process to capture those data?
Well, as we know, digital solutions are always good enablers for such initiatives. So we are indeed currently looking at various solutions that are available on the market to streamline this process. Did I answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other questions?